Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Path of Exile tutorial. Today's video will be a short one. It is merely a companion video to the last video where we went to Pondium for rune graphs. But today, we did the exact same setup. However, we went to Deanui, and we are hoping to get good tattoos instead. So, we see we have 3 boats here. Once again, it was 4 million, with only 2 of them having 4 million dust added, for a total of 12 million shipment value across the 3 boats. Let's see what we got. On the first boat, we can see we got a whole bunch of tattoos, which we will go through in a minute. We got 3 divine orbs, 2 annulments, 3 ancients. That's pretty good. We did not get any sacred orbs, which is unfortunate. We got a bunch of random bubblegum currency. Roughly napkin mathing all of this, I would say there's maybe 50 chaos worth here, give or take, plus another 50 or so, 70 from the regulars. So call it half. We'll call it half a divine, just to be simple. So we got about 3.5 divine from that first boat. The second boat, we got from our crops, mostly garbage it looks like. I don't see any particularly good items. Yes, they do show up on my loot filter, but that's just because the loot filter is silly like that. So we're going to go ahead and take all the tattoos from this one, and we're not going to even sort through any of this because I am recording and don't feel like wasting my time. And now the final boat, we did gain a little bit of armor here too, including a 6-link ×2 that we will actually grab. We will deal with these.
Hey, over here, check this out.
What do you need?
Clicked.
Hey, over here,
All
check
right.
this out.
We got 1 sacred orb. That could have been a divine or a mirror shard. I do not see any divine orbs. I can't say I'm terribly surprised. This was a mixed batch of materials, of course. Take all. Oh, we got a bunch of extra tattoos that we can't take. Okay. So we'll go ahead and just drop off the bubblegum currencies. So we got 3 raw div. This shipment was only about 2 million shipment value of bars, and then an additional roughly 2 million shipment value in
local
crops. It was a bit of a mix to see what we would get. And then of course we did the 4 million in dust. So clearly mixing bars and dust, still bad, don't do it, blah blah blah. But that's not why we're here. Why we're here is these tattoos. So let's take a look and see what we got for tattoos, shall we?
Oh.
Alright. So, we're going to go sort by chaos. These are not worth much. You know, they're about 5C, or 5 to a chaos. Not worth anything. We did get some of the projectiles, so that's 300 chaos for these. That's 250 chaos for those, 300 chaos for those, 460 chaos for that one, because these are the Aranui ones. We got plenty of Aranuis. The Tesalios are worthless. Ramakos, more Aranui, some more worthless. 1 of the Mark tattoos, some avoid being poisoned. 3 spell suppression tattoos, and 1 movement speed, it looks like. So a fair bit. In fact, you know what? Let's see if we can sort by divine here, and let's see what. These are 8 to a div, and we have 15, so we're going to call that 2 div just for simplicity's sake. These are 10 to a div, so we got 1 div here, so that's 3 divine. Evasion, that's 1 div, so that's 4 divine. The Aranui, we got 10 of them, so that's 5 divine. That's 6 divine. 7 divine. These aren't worth anything. I already counted those, I already counted all those. So we got 7 divine, roughly, in the regular ones. These are a little over 2 div each. So that's 6 div, so we're already up to 13 div. And then the movement speed are 1.5. So 13, 14. I'm just going to round all the rest of that out. So we're going to say, for the sake of argument, that from those 3 boats, we got 3.5 div in raw currency, and we got 13.5 div, I am rounding down, I know, in tattoos, for a total of 17 divines from 12 million in shipment value. And again, one of those shipments was really bad. This shipment should never have happened, but I was impatient to send these out, so I paid the price. I would have probably gotten another 2 to 3 divines in currency if I had actually sent the bars. But I didn't have the bars, as you can see. So that's all. I hope you guys learned something here. Tattoos are fantastic. Definitely send out for tattoos. Yes, you can jackpot by sending things out to Pondium and getting your warp tattoo or your rune graphs. If you're going to be sending large, once a week, once a month, once a whatever shipments, I do believe going to Pondium is the correct answer. Since you can get 99 tattoos in one shipment, that is, or 99 rune grafts in one shipment, that is the way to go. But if you're like me and all you care about is divs per hour, divs per boat, divs per chaos, whatever, go with tattoos. Specifically, go with the green tattoos. Spell suppression tattoos are always going to be in vogue. Movement speed tattoos are always going to be useful. And these particular tattoos, which I will be re-rolling, the Aranui ones here that I have over 30 of, those will probably wind up giving me at least one, if not more. In fact, let's go ahead and do it. Why not? We've got the time. So we have Aranui, Aranui, Aranui. Do I have any more? Aranui. Yeah. So that's 10, that's 11. Reroll. We got 2 Herald tattoos, just like that. That's profit. We're going to go ahead and come into here. We're going to grab these 2 Aranuis that we already have. We're going to grab the Ramakos that we already have. We're going to grab the Tawas that we already have. Alright. So, let's just go ahead and re-roll again. We'll re-roll the Tawas, the Aranuis, and the Ramakos. Anything that is potentially worth something will get re-rolled. Oh, actually, you know what? Do I want to re-roll the Tawa? I don't remember if I want to re-roll these or not. I want this one, right? 29 to a div. Because these are not worth anything. Yep. Okay. So I want the blue tattoo. Alright. So, in that case, where was I? These, no, we actually do want the Tesalio mark. Ramako. We'll go ahead and do those as well. Aranui, and Tawa. Alright, and then we have Suppress, Flask Effect Duration, Cold Resist, and Projectile Speed. Alright, that is a lot of re-rolled tattoos. And we got... Looks like we got more Spell Suppression and another Movement Speed. And a bunch of other garbage. And you can just keep doing this. It's real easy to just grab all of these particular ones. You know, they're not worth anything. It's fairly obvious if you make a stack of the ones that you want to keep, which ones you should not re-roll, right? Actually, Chance to Poison on Hit is the one I want to keep. And we don't care about the Tesadio. And there we go. And we roll again. And we hit yet another Spell Suppression. And that's going to be it. I'm not going to re-roll the rest of these. We're going to pretend that we ran out and call it a day because I don't want this to be a super long video. And so there you go. Running my little setup here. I got 10 plus div in Spell Suppression. I got 9 div in Herald, and I got, let's call it 3 div So I got 22 divines in tattoos alone, plus 3 div from the shipment. That is 25 for 12 million shipment value of scuffed shipment value. For reference, those of you who don't know, a mirror shard's 41 div. Most people who send shipments get 1 mirror shard in a 50 mil shipment. We got half of a mirror shard in half of a mirror shipment. Effectively. It wasn't quite that because we only sent 4 million. We sent 4 million or 6 million crops and 6 million bars with 8 million dust. So we saved on the dust front. But you can do the math. They're pretty good. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.